Yeah, a little bit. It was pretty confusing what was going on, and I mean, it was a judgment call. You can't. I mean, it was the umpire's judgment that he wasn't out of the lane. I went back and looked at the video, and he was right on the line. And so, yeah, I did. I brought this in, which is the rule, which Rule 5.09 states that the lines marking the 3-foot lane are a part of that lane, and the batter runner is required to have both feet within the 3-foot lane or on the lines marking the lane, which is exactly where he was. And the batter runner is permitted to exit the 3-foot lane by means of a step, stride, reach, slide in immediate vicinity of first base, or the sole purpose of touching first base, which is exactly what he did. So the whole thing was a little confusing to me.
How about the birthday kid speed?
Yeah, I mean, it was game-changing for sure today. On the bunt and then on the infield hit. Ended up helping us score 4 runs.
A little dicey there in the ninth. What were you seeing from Wade?
Wade, the problem that we've had here lately is we haven't had enough innings to keep him sharp. He's pitching every 3 and 4 and 5 days, and just struggled to find his slot today. But like Wade does, he got through it.
Kind of been looking for some clutch hitting lately, and you got that in the 7th too, with Dyson getting the triple and Heskey getting him home too.
That was huge. Of course, Orlando with a huge hit. Of course, I was just thinking that's just our luck. Gordy was going to score, make the score 2-1, and Paulo would probably been on third with an opportunity to make it 3-1, and the ball bounces out. But Paulo had a great night tonight offensively, and Dyson's big hit was huge, and it was just a good night to get some runs on the board. I mean, we went through a stretch there from last night to this night, 10 consecutive innings where we were 1-2-3, 1-2-3. And it's like, man, this has got to break somewhere in some time, and thankfully it did tonight.
What did you think of Duffy?
I thought Duffy threw the ball great. I really did. Kind of got himself in trouble there in the 1 inning with the 2 walks and had the bases loaded with nobody out and did a fantastic job of limiting the damage, only allowing 1 run to score. Our plan going into the 7th, if a guy got into scoring position, we were going to bring in Soria. Of course, lead-off double right off the get-go. Here we go. So we knew that Giovatel was probably going to bunt him over if we left Danny in or brought in Soria, and there was no way I was going to let, Danny face Escobar, who's got 50 points higher against left-handers. So, we decided to make the move there, and Jack did exactly what we wanted him to do. The bunt and then get a ground ball. It was just barely out of Mondesi's reach.
Going back to the social thing, do you think there's any chance someone can win a protest like that in this case?
No.
Have you ever won a protest?
I've never protested.
You never?
I've never been a part of a game that was a protest. I was asking Walk. Yeah, never. No, I mean, it's the only time that, since I've been here and really anywhere, the Yankees had an opportunity to protest on a ground rule one time, and they didn't. And they'd have won that protest. But they didn't. There was some confusion on the wall out there and a ball that hit that they called a home run. But I think Billy hit it. But that was the only other time. So I'm not really sure. Again, you can't protest a judgment call. The only thing that you can protest is that the umpires are interpreting the rules wrong. But I don't see that to be the case here at all.
Is that what they told you they were talking to New York about, just what the exact rule was?
No, they just said that they were, when they came over, I was adamant, you can't replay that. Right. They said, we're not replaying it. We're just going to, Mike wants to protest. I said, you can't protest it either. It's a judgment call. And they said, we understand that. But we're going to get on the headset and tell them that Mike wants to protest. And somehow in the next 20, 30 minutes or however long it took for them to figure it out, they allowed the protest. So, I mean, something like that, you see that a lot. I mean, you see guys running, and again, I'm not saying that he was running out of the lane. Yeah. When I saw the replay, it looked to me like he was running right on the line. But you'll have 5, 6, 8 protests a week on something like that. So I don't see how that's going to happen.